But speaking of bounce back seasons and seeing what people are capable of, I want to ask you: do you think the Packers can make a run in the NFC North? Maybe not to the Super Bowl, but just in the NFC North, if Jordan Love plays that league average number for quarterback.
Yeah, that's a good question, Emmett. Regarding the Packers, I feel as though the media. I feel like this is a common thing. I'm going a little. I know we're kind of short on time. I'm kind of going a little like tangent here. I feel like
There
the
you go.
media just kind of copies each other's thoughts and like opinions a lot, right? So if one person says, "Oh, this team is going to be awful," the next media source will say that, and it'll keep spreading. And regarding the Packers, and again, like, I'm a Bears fan, but here at the Rational Football League podcast show, we don't take bias into factor here.
I'm so glad we don't talk baseball because I would definitely take a bias in baseball.
Right. Well, it's tough. You want to say something bad, like, okay, you got to rear back a little bit. Come on.
I just want to provide a context because we do have 49ers fans that watch our podcast, and a lot of them are Giants fans too, and they don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the Bears and the Packers. But guys, just understand, for any 49ers fan out there, what B is going to sit here and attempt to do right now would be like, as a Giants fan, trying to say positive things about the Dodgers.
It's tough.
So please keep that in your thoughts when he's talking about the Packers here and he's saying anything nice about them.
Please give me your thoughts and prayers, guys. Come on. So can the Packers make a run for the NFC North? Yes, I really think they do. Let me give you some points here. So I looked at their schedule, and I think best case scenario, they could be a 9-win team in 2023. So going back what we said about the North a couple weeks ago, right? I think 9 games could be, in the running for winning the North. I think this season the North is kind of weak. It kind of reminds me of the 2010s, NFC East, where you had teams winning 7, 8, 9 games and going to the playoffs, right? Yeah. And then when you look at, and again, this is an article from PFF. They posted some article that ranks all the NFL, all 32 teams, rosters outside of the quarterback spot. The Packers have the best overall roster when looking at teams in the North. So, again, it's all like close, right? They're all like,
I think the Packers were 16. I think they had like the Vikings at 20 or 21. So
yeah, it was like Packers 16. I want to say Lions at like 17 or 18, Bears at 19, Vikings at 20. So it's all very, very close.
And to remind our viewers, this did not include quarterbacks and did not include tight ends.
Did not include quarterback, did not include tight ends. Yeah, thank you. So just looking at a few units there. But they have talent. So that tells me they have talent outside the quarterback spot, right? And they have a top 10 RB unit and a top 10 O-line. So then you think to yourself, okay, even if their defense is average, right? Just run the ball 20, 30 times, control that clock, keep your defense off the field, right? And nature seems simple, right? But it's not how football always works. And I do know the Packers roster as of right now is the second youngest in the NFL. So that will go against them at some point. We have a young roster. It's going to take time to, kind of find your rhythm. So maybe the first half of the season might be tough, but do I think they can make a run for the North, though? Yes, I think the Packers can definitely make a run for the North.
I do want to contribute this to your point here because we are the Rational Football League show. We are former football players, and we want to think like former football players. But even to your point of the Packers just running the ball, you said 20, 30. I'd probably expect them to run it 30 to 40 times if you're trying to really manage a clock and protect your weakened roster or your defense. But again, as a defense coordinator, my game plan that week would be, well, I know they're going to run the ball, so let me stack the box with 8, 9, 10 guys if need to be. And so the Packers season really seems like it's going to depend on, is Jordan Love able to threaten the defense to keep them honest? Because if the defense never feels like they really need to give a serious thought to the pass game, then you're like a boat without a motor. Like, you're just stuck in the water. Right. You'll never get it going. Because again, if you you run it on first, they stop you for 2-yard loss. You run it on second, you get 3. Now it's third and 9. So now they know they can just pin their ears back and go after you.
Yeah.
So like I said, I feel like for the Packers especially, and we're not saying anything new here, their season's strongly going to depend on if Jordan Love can keep defenses honest. And if he can't, it's going to be a long year to watch. I'm sorry, you were completed, correct, right? You were finished your thought?
Yes, I am good there with
Okay,
the
sorry,
good old cheeseheads.
I took a little bit different approach on this kind of question. I kind of like looked at the entirety of the NFC North, and it really is going to be a lot closer on paper than it really seems like when you just kind of hear of all the moves that are made. Going back to that list you talked about with PFF, they really kind of seem to grade the rookies low, which again I believe that's fair. We don't know what they're going to do in the NFL. Anything they did in college doesn't count for nothing in the NFL. But they had the Lions running backs graded at 16th, and the Bears O-line graded at 21. Again, both units are going to be heavily featuring rookie and young guys. So, but I think the whole NFC North, and this is going to be like the title line of it, is going to really depend. It's going to strongly depend on quarterback play and rookies. For example, for the Lions, if Gibbs, Campbell, Laporta, and Brian Branch all catch fire early, they immediate starters. They immediately start contributing well. I mean, it's the Lions' division to take. I mean, they have the best quarterback, or one of the best quarterbacks in that division, and it really should just be, that would fill the majority of their holes. And again, we're not saying to make it the Super Bowl run, but I think for the North, that would give them the best argument. For the Packers, it's about quarterback play. Like I said before, can Jordan Love play at league average or good? Can he keep defenses honest? Because if a defense can't, it's gonna. I don't know how many people here have watched, the University of Wisconsin football game, but those running backs are going against 10-man boxes because Wisconsin historically doesn't have good quarterbacks. It'll be just like that. You need to keep the defense at least to believe you might hit them on a deep shot. Because if you don't, they're just going to pile the boxes. And I don't care how good your running back is. I don't care if you have Derrick Henry back there or Adrian Peterson. You're not going to get anything against 10 dudes in a box. I do want to include for our viewers that don't know specifically what that means. I don't want to assume anyone's familiarity, but the box is the line, the imaginary line between the D line and the linebackers. So essentially what that would be looking like is you have pretty much just like one corner out on the receiver, and then everyone else, the linebacker safeties, are all within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So not really a whole lot of running room. I don't think Kyle Shanahan can come up with a play design to get, running back at 6 inches of daylight against a 10-man box. But if he doesn't do that, they can very quickly become, bottom dwellers in the division. It'll be a tough season to watch. For the Vikings, it's the same thing. They have great quarterback play or good quarterback play, but can the offense carry a bad defense? They spent their first round pick on Jordan Addison, another receiver. That's the clear, obvious strength is they have quarterback play and they have receiver play. What is the running back going to do? How is that defense going to look? It's a little bit changed, a little bit revamped. They went younger. Are some of the guys they drafted there going to be able to step up? I know they took a corner or two and a D lineman. So, but they seem to me have the weakest case for the NFC North. Then moving on to your Bears, theirs is again a little bit of both. They need, how well do the rookies play? How well is that? Is Darnell Wright going to play? At right tackle, can he protect Justin Fields and help set up the offense? And then the Field Moore combo, is it going to explode? So like I said, to me, that's the division more than any other division that really is going to strongly rely and we'll see the results of it based on quarterback play and rookies.